We have got a real star wonder kid to show you today. In this simulation, he's going to score over 1,000 goals, win countless Ballon d'Or awards, become arguably the greatest player in football history, and a lot of you might know his name, but maybe are just never signing him. Hello everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and welcome to another episode of Wonder Kid to Superstar, the series where we find wonder kids in FM, put them to the highest end of their potential range to see just how good they can be, and today's player, as I mentioned, is an unbelievable talent. Doesn't cost a world either. He can play at a high level pretty much straight away. Some of you might not know him, some of you might, but maybe haven't given him a chance yet. Before we get started though, if you do enjoy the video, please go ahead and smash that like button for us. It would really help us out, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know down below who you'd like to see in the next episode of Wonder Kid to Superstar. Give the player a rating out of 10, and with that being said, we're going to head over to Brazil. Now obviously Brazil is a place where loads of great wonder kids have been produced. In recent years, if we're talking strikers, you've got the likes of Endrick and Vitor Roque in this year's FM, who are top level options that pretty much everybody signs if they can. Obviously Endrick now going to Real Madrid makes him a bit less available, but there's a player that maybe is lower down in people's pecking orders, playing for Santos. Now they've had the likes of Neymar and Pele in their team. I really doubt in real life this player will live up to their expectations, but in the FM world, he's right up there as a top level player, and if you search through their team, even without having the Brazilian divisions loaded, you should find this man. And that is Marcus Leonardo, who you can see I've already brought over to our Real Madrid team here. And you might look at him and go, okay, I know the name, but he's 19, there's other options out there that are maybe better than him, you might think, and I could see why you would think that. No offense to the role of poacher, but it's not the most exciting one. He's not got too many amazing standout attributes, despite the fact that there are some very good ones in there that we'll break down in a second. But I'm going to show you how you can take this player from promising poacher to world-class finisher in the space of a season, and he can then go on to be even better than that as time goes on. Now the first thing to note is his potential range, a lot higher than you might think. It's actually 150 to 180, so even on the lowest end of his potential range, Marcus Leonardo will be a top-level striker, and if you get him on the higher end of that range, you are looking at a world-beating forward player. Here he has his most potential that he could possibly have. I've put him to 180, and Santos wanted around £10 million for the young Brazilian, who's already scored 5 goals in 5 apparently for Santos, showing just how good he could be straight away. Physically, there isn't too much lacking in his game. He's not the tallest, not the strongest, but he's got a lot going for him, fairly quick as well, with nice agility, 5'10", and at the age of 19, it's about now that we're really going to start to see those physical attributes start to develop. Mentally, he's an absolute beast already, with 14 off the ball and 14 work rate, combined with 15 composure and 14 anticipation. This man already has a great base set of mental attributes to build up from. Now Marcus Leonardo is someone that's been around for a few years in FM. You might have signed him, but I had pretty much written him off as a very good option until we did this simulation. But this year, he is still unbelievable. Now he's got brilliant finishing, and the rest of his technicals are okay, nothing too amazingly stand out. His first touch is good, decent dribbling technique, passing and heading, but it's not the world's best. But now I'm going to show you how you can take him to another level. First of all, he is being mentored here at Real Madrid by the likes of Benzema and Luka Modric, so with their support, hopefully we can get his personality away from that basic personality of just balanced. If we can get his determination up, we'll hopefully start to see some very good development from Marcus here. In terms of his training, we are focusing in on that advanced forward on the attack duty role. We are playing him as the advanced forward in our system, so we're just training him in whatever role we want to play him in. For these simulations, I never do an additional focus to keep it fair for every player, but if it was you guys focusing on this, I'd definitely be having a look at some of his technicals, whether it's his passing ability, whether it's his dribbling ability. They are things that I would maybe focus on if you can, maybe even just his quickness, his strength. I feel like his mentals are in a good place to grow already as he gets older, so you might not have to focus on attacking movement and final third, but he's in a good place already, Marcus Leonardo. I'm now going to show you him on the lower end of his range, then I'll show you him at his best, and then we'll have a look at what he did in his full career. And here we are, only 3 years on in this simulation. In 2025, Marcus Leonardo is considered a 4-star player at the club and valued at £100 million already, and this is only after a few years of growth. And remember, this is him on the lowest end of his potential range. So worst case scenario, if you get the worst version possible of Marcus Leonardo in your save and you develop him, this is the kind of level he is going to get to, and he is already an unbelievable player. Physicals have only got better, he's quicker and more agile agile now, stronger, and still fairly okay in the air. He's got the stamina too and some nice player traits. His off-the-ball work rate, composure, and anticipation have gone through the roof, as has his decision-making. His flair is there, but it's his technicals where he's really started to kick on, with 13 heading now, 12 passing, 14 technique, 16 finishing, and 14 first touch. He can dribble as well at this point. Of course, that doesn't mean he'll be any good in the in-game engine, but trust me, this man is an absolute talent. Straight away, with no development, he came into this Real Madrid team and scored 44 league goals in 38 games, followed it up with a 49-goal season, and then 40 goals in the following season after that. This guy is scoring goals at an unbelievable rate already, and he's only on the lower end of his range. I haven't done anything too special to get him scoring. To be honest with you, yes, he is on penalties as well, but even with that included, that's 7 penalty goals out of 40 in the league in this particular season. That is still 33 league goals. This season, he scored 6 pens out of 49 goals, so he's still scoring 40 plus goals there, even with penalties taken off. So he is just crazy in the in-game engine. I imagine it's the combination of his physical attributes, the strong mentals already, and the decent technicals. Usually you get a player that might only have a few of those, but for Leonardo here to have these kind of physicals and mentals, they're the level that maybe a 28, 29-year-old player would have. So it shows you just how elite of a striker Leonardo can be, but now we're going to forward ahead a few years to see how he looks in his prime, and trust me, it's going to blow you away. And now we are 10 years in the future, Real Madrid being Centurions with 100 points in the league, 20 more than Barcelona, and our main man in this season's goal scoring charts is Marcus Leonardo, who scored 64 goals in 50 appearances, a 7.64 average match rating, and how good does this man look? So many bright green attributes across the board. This is him at 179 current ability, so he could actually get slightly better than this also. Whilst you do take a look at him, I will let you know if you are interested in it and you want to find more Wonder Kids like this. We do some YouTube shorts about that on my own channel, which you can find linked in the description. We also have some rebuilds over there, and I'm sure in the next one I do, I'll try and pick up Marcus Leonardo, but if you want to show your support and head on over to my channel after this video, I'd really appreciate it. But yes, we are looking at a man who now has 36 appearances for Brazil, 20 goals for them. In terms of his physical attributes, he is quicker than most people, he's got great stamina and agility as well as a lot of strength. He is composed as anybody in world football, amazing anticipation, work rate, off the ball work, and decision making, finishing of an elite level. This is like R9 reincarnate here. If his dribbling was a bit higher, you might actually be able to make some legitimate comparisons there. First touch is unbelievable, passing and technique as well. This guy is on another level, and when it comes to the in-game engine, it's just insane. I mean, there's one season here I really want to focus on. An 8.05 average match rating. In the league alone, 71 goals in 38 games. 8 of them were penalties. Even without those penalties, this man is scoring 60 plus goals in a 38 league game season. And that's not even too unnatural for him. He's got 58 in this year, 55 here, and he's starting to slow down with old age. But slowing down for him is still scoring more than a goal a game. Unbelievable numbers, but I've got a simulation at the end of his career. And you can see he does not slow up with 54 goals, 59, 53, and even in his recent season, 55 goals in 37 appearances at the age of 35. Scored a goal every other game for Brazil. As he's got older, look, his physical attributes have declined, but some of those mentals have gone to an unbelievable level. But now, the big question. I told you he wins countless Ballon d'Ors in this simulation, but just how many is it? Well, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Ballon d'Ors in a row for Marcus Leonardo, which might be some kind of record for these simulations that we do here. I've never seen anyone do that well, I don't think, in terms of awards won. Real Madrid as a club must have been doing very well also, and his nation of Brazil. But as an individual talent for £10 million who will be in most of your saves and often doesn't move from Santos for a while, he could be someone that you need to get your hands on as soon as possible to help your team out. Let me know what you think of him in the comments down below. A solid 11 out of 10 in my opinion. Absolutely love this guy, and I'll be buying him a hell of a lot more in my FM saves going forward. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you, and goodbye.